Welcome to Techin5, where you can get your tech news in 5 minutes. I'm Madeline.
And I'm Christina, and this is your weekly download.
Well, this week we are going to talk about artificial intelligence, otherwise known as AI. There's a lot of misconceptions around AI because I think it's going to kind of be more detrimental than good. But if we're going to go through here, some of the things that actually makes AI what we do every day, from the things we do in our home to things we do at work. Christina, what's your feelings on it?
I think it's great. It really helps us to move through large amounts of data or repetitive tasks quickly, and it gives us a chance to free up our creative talent. That's where humans really excel much more than machines. We can be creative, we can see things and come up with new ideas. AI is really a great tool for those repetitive tasks that we have to do over and over and over again, things that I call the time suck, things that just drain your energy because you just have to do them all over again. AI is a really great tool for doing that. I'll give you a quick example of how AI can operate in a business environment and help. There's a client that I worked with. They have a legal team that has to approve large amounts of consumer packaging design, as well as description for marketing and marketing collateral that before it goes out to hit the public to protect their brand, of course. And so the legal team is consumed with large amounts. They have a large product mix, and so they have a large volume of information to be processed before it can be approved and released. By simply using an AI tool, and they're able to program it and have the machine or the computer, however you want to call it, process and take a look at that information, look for some outlying information, make sure that everything fits in within the parameters that have been pre-configured, thereby freeing up the legal team to focus on more important things and things that require brain power of a human that a machine can't do.
Which is a lot, right? Because and when you think about it, data is everything we do. Every little moment of our lives is really represented in data, and no one human can do that. Now, I know there is some concern there around the security of our data, but this is where cybersecurity really excels, right? Because if you have the right protections around your data and even the visualizations and everything that kind of follows after the fact, you're not going to necessarily have that issue with getting hacked or having your data stolen in some ways. So there's a lot of different ways you can actually protect that data. And a lot of the tech companies are working specifically to make sure that when the data happens, it's not getting into the wrong hands.
Yeah, and if I can step in here and talk about cybersecurity, we've moved away from housing our company and personal information on local servers and called on-premise. We're now moving all of that data into the cloud. So the encryption keys and the encryption environment is much more advanced than it used to be even just a year ago. And if you're implementing two-factor authentication or other types of dual security measures, then you are greatly enhancing the ability to secure your data and keep it out of unwanted hands. So the concerns really here, if we're talking about a business environment, is to make sure that you're only as good as your weakest link. That's just kind of a foundational thing. So if in your business environment where your employees are working, where your business is operating, whether it's manufacturing, e-commerce, distribution, or professional services, et cetera, if your environment is not on a secure location, you don't have all of your pieces put together, your software and all of the apps and everything that you're using to drive your business on a daily basis, then you have to look at what is the weakest link there, and then that's where your data could be compromised. But if you're using an environment, a cloud-based environment that has encryption and has data security, then the likelihood is that you're okay. So you can take advantage of AI. And lots of software that we use here at Withum and that we work with our clients on, like Microsoft in your world, Madeline, and then NetSuite, yep. And some of the other, we use a lot of software. We recommend a lot of software. A lot of the software has really great AI as well as machine learning capabilities embedded inside of them. So great ways to leverage and enhance efficiency of your business.
For sure. And really AI is the next generation of technology, right? If you're going to be a successful company in a new age, you need to be able to access that data and be able to access it in large amounts. So in order to kind of move forward, you're going to have to kind of use these things to know how to do it. And so you can always check out some other things around AI if you want to see what the rules are and what the Microsoft has around it or other companies that deal with AI, but it's really a powerful tool. It can be detrimental, but for the most part, this is actually going to make our lives better and easier and more efficient.
Right, sure. So if I'm in a manufacturing environment, who wants to sit there and look and measure each box to make sure that it's actually fitting the right specs, right? So we can have a machine do some of that.
And then that puts the person who, like you said earlier, we are a creative species, right? And we are more of that kind of thought. So instead of trying to count the boxes and the sizes, now they can create a box that's more environmentally friendly, or meet the certain requirements they want. So we really get to put that more in there, and that's some really cool things.
Or even better, have those face-to-face meetings with fellow humans and discuss fun stuff.
Yes, exactly. And we will get there. We will get back there at some point.
Yes, we will. I believe that this year we will get back to having those in-person meetings with all of our other fellow humans. All right,
Yes.
Madeline, we're out
And
of time.
probably partly thanks to AI.
Yes,
We'll be
no,
able to do
definitely thanks to AI. We're measuring data points every day on how fast can we get back to our normal living.
Exactly.
All right, well, thanks, Madeline, so much for your input on AI. As usual, it's a pleasure. Be sure to like and subscribe Techin5, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.